Welcome back to the channel, buddy. Hope you're doing fine. Let's continue Rogue Trader. And previous episode we decided that we are going to talk to the people. First of all, we have a quest mission, yeah. We have some malfunctions with our servitors, so we need to talk to Yanis. But before that, I guess we can talk to everyone else. Oh, I'm glad to see. Oh, we already talked.
Lord Captain.
Yeah, okay. Bridge officer, not really sure that we need to talk. We have huge fellowship, 50. Chance 100%, so yeah. Connect me to the vessel's main channel. I wish to blast the morale of my crew. Succeed! It's done, Lord Captain. You address the crew with a rousing speech and hear your voice roll through the ship, reaching every, even the normally quiet corners of the vessel. When the broadcast ends, you hear distant shouts of approval. Okay, that's good. Remind me who you are. That's a Voxed Master. Your appearance is unique. I avoid burn, and you. Don't you know, Lord Captain, both of us were born in the cold vastness of the space, but there are no two identical tales, just as there are there's no two identical stars. If you like, I will gladly tell you about the lives of the voidborn aboard the vessel. Yeah, it's going to take some time, so I will sip my tea, and you guys, if you would like, you can put it on pause. I'm not really interested in reading this. Maybe I'm losing some part of really important information. But I don't really like in real life. I would definitely read it for myself, but it's taking so much time. I just want to proceed in quests. And anyway, if you would okay, let's do it like that. For now I'm going to do like that. Yeah, I'm going to skip it a little bit. Oh, we've got some experience. But if you would like in future for me to just read everything, like even the conversation with the people like that, just tell me in comments. Yeah, just read everything. Please read everything, and I'll be doing it. I understand that I'm not the best reader in the world, but it is what it is. Yeah, it is what it is. We have what we have. I'm learning, okay? I'm learning. I'm practicing, I'm learning. Master Houseman Rebel. Oh, that's the guy. So yeah, what can I say so far? The game is really damn interesting. It's consuming all the time I have. I want to you know, to play more. I'm merely showing up that I just wait. The first person on the bridge who is not tripping over themselves to lick my boots. Oh, well, I'm pleasantly surprised myself that you aren't having my insubordination. Will wonders never cease. So we have some kind of insubordination here. I don't know. I definitely going to play this game again. That's for sure. And because I already want to play as fully done dogmatic, destroying everything that just have a clue of heresy, and I want to play as a heretic also. The best part about those games that you can basically play it like for really a lot of times in the row, yeah, and I guess it's not going to bother you a lot because you're going to do some other stuff. Argent, you said you have a personal request for me, yeah?
I indeed have a request, Rogue Trader. The accursed servants of Chaos who assaulted this ship took the lives of your loyal crew members, and they orphaned many children, including the progeny of the brave officers who defended their posts until the bitter end. I don't know what customary practices there are for cases like this in Von Valancia's territory, but in the world I'm familiar with, the children of such brave souls could expect to receive some special consideration. Perhaps the Rogue Trader could meet with the orphans?
Oh. Okay, so hear me out. I'm more than sure that there will be a lot of people who will be blaming us, Legrand, yeah, that we, in everything that happened, yeah, that we are, well, basically was the cause of it, or there will be some people who will be saying, I don't fucking need you, just give me some goodies or something like that, yeah, because people who in grief, you should not touch them. They need to go through it. But also not always like that. Oh, that's a hard decision. Make arrangements for meeting worthy of Rock 3. I will address the orphans with a speech. I will meet with them, no formalities needed. They are children of people who gave their lives for the Von Valancia's dynasty. My consideration, at least, that they deserve. Deliver this order on my behalf. The orphans are to properly provided for, but personal meeting with Road Trader is no. Why would I? We are Road Trader, and we need. Yeah, we need to act as Road Trader. We are not a friend of those guys. They are, yeah, they are mostly our servants. They are our loyal crew, maybe not loyal, some of them for sure, but we are Rogue Trader. We need to act, at least from time to time, as Rogue Trader.
As you wish, Rogue Trader. Thank you for granting my request.
Okay, that's interesting. So, basically, talking to people around on your bridge can lead to some interesting stuff. Okay, I remember you. I will remember you. You're fine. Everyone else dismiss. A group of adolescents clearly dressed in their finest, freshly pressed clothes forms a straight line before you. That's not really straight line, but okay. Some stare at you with wide eyes like you're some mythical creature. Yeah, we are basically, for most of the crew, mythical creature, while the others huddle together in fear and look away. Argenta is standing to the side of the group. At your approach, she perks up, announces, her voice ringing. Brave ones, the master of this ship has appeared before you, the one who guides it through the dark of the universe by the Emperor's will. Greet your Lord Captain, the Rogue Trader, House Von Valancias. Guys, I know, but this phrase triggered me a little bit, not in a bad way. I just want to tell you, if you are from the very beginning, like one of my subscribers here, he already heard the story, but if you don't know, I can tell you that I'm an ex-seaman. Like I was working on the vessels, like big ones, really big ones. And when I was a regular seaman, yeah, the deckhand, let's say like that. This is one way to put it. Before I became an officer, junior officer, then became chief officer, the captain for me was also like a mythical person who is guiding, ruling this ship. He's steering the ship. He knows how to do this. And when I was young and, you know, not still not experienced enough to understand how everything worked, it was like, oh my god, between me and captain there is such a huge, enormous difference that I will never catch up. Like, he knows so much, he do so much, he's commanded this vessel, he's commanded the officers. But then eventually when I became a chief officer, I never became a captain, didn't want to, but when I was a chief officer, I would say there is not a lot of differences between us. But this was from my perspective, but yet still, when I even was a decaded, like, you know, not even a seaman, not ordinary, not able seaman. I was a cadet, and basically like the child on on the board, and yeah, everything for me was a magic at that time. And yeah, basically we are the one who guides through the darkness. You notice Inferno's master Enric must extended a few places away from the orphans. He is watching you with approval and both respectfully when you meet his gaze. Oh my goodness. I'm sorry guys, it's just like billion degree here in Spain now, and it's so hot. It's already maybe like, yeah, it's 10 o'clock in the morning, and my brain is melting. Do you serve as a teacher in your spare time? Grandly addressed to the group. I, Rook Trader, Lord Captain of this ship, speak now to you. Your parents gave their lives for just cause and brought honor to the Von Valencia's banners and those of the Imperium. I'm proud. Okay, smile to the greets you, brave ones. Addressed to the gives and treats. No. Infamous, do you serve as a teacher in a spare time? Not at all, your lordship. I'm just looking out for them. It's the infamous way to help folks in trouble. It's our job after all, so we chip in rations here and there and make sure nobody gives them a hard time. We make the older ones into the clan's care if they want. Many in the guilds are not our families, but by blood, but by circumstances. Okay. Hmm. Yeah, first one. The teenagers hang on you every word with bat batted breath. Batted? Yeah, I guess. Only a few at the far end of the row seems sullen and not particularly impressed by your speech. Yeah, that's always like that. One of the Scoin visitors with a scar across his face tosses his head back and says barely, "So what? Why should we care? Our friends' parents died in their dozens for your noble lot, and you just gave us speeches." As I said, there always will be people like that, no matter what. Don't mind on them. Argenta quickly turns to the. They are in grief. Yeah, they're in grief. That's why they act like that. Argenta quickly turns to the boy. A flurry of emotions flashes in her dark eyes, like she wants both to calm him and scold him for his impudence. Oh, The more I can see Argenta acts, the more I like her. But she's a sister of a battle, so nothing can be done. I mean, in romance and address the chaperones. Their compliment leaves much not to be desired. I hope that they will be molded into the servants of the House of Alliances. They said no. Punish the troublemaker, put the rest back in the bed. No, infamous master sons. You are so concerned about the orphans. They are henceforth your clan. It falls to you to teach them the meaning of what their parents fought and died for. Let's talk to Infamous Master. Thank you for your trust, Lord Captain. We won't waste it. The Inferni knows all about taking pride in service, courage, and self-sacrifice. Will make true heroes out of them for you. I like you. Enrich, I like you. Beams at the orphan and they smile back at him with unreputed devotion. Yeah, he's like spending a lot of times with the orphans, and he have some part of respect. And then Argenta rubs her temple pencil. She smiles and offers a few more words of encouragement, then leaves the bay. Well, it wasn't that bad, I guess. Could be worse. Don't mind on people who is shit talking, yeah? Trash talking. Don't mind. Never. That was like literally one of the greatest expressions that I had in my life when the internet just became internet, yeah, when it just appeared. Don't feed the trolls. Never. Uwe. Yo. Oh yeah, you're speechless. Yeah, I forgot, sorry.
Words cannot describe how boring the bridge is without our stimulating conversations.
Oh. Tell me more about yourself.
I am a part of House Orselio, an ancient dynasty of the Navis nobility. Since time immemorial, our family has served to advance knowledge, pushing at the boundaries of the dark unknown. The Starway Atlas contains 2,843 routes that chart the sectors of the Segmentum Obscurus and reach all the way from the Coronis Expanse to Holy Terra.
The navigators identify so strongly with their house. It must be difficult for you not to be able to learn on your elders, but you have my word that I will look after you. All listen in silence. But you have my word that I will look after you.
You will? That would be most appreciated, Lord Captain.
So you never lived anywhere other than Europe 5?
Hardly. According to the chronicles of the house, I was born on one of the Orselio worlds. Oh, what was it? Please forgive me, Lord Captain. My childhood memories are too vague. Sometimes I dream about the colorful birds that built their nests in the garden, or the servants dressed in purple livery, or the blue fog that rolled over the lowlands behind the palace. But everything is covered in a rosy haze. Perhaps it is my imagination, not my memory, that is painting these pictures.
Sometimes some English words are just driving me so crazy. Like this one. Vague. Freaking hell, I've read it in my mind like Vogue. Basically, it's written, if I would read Slavically, yeah, if we can say it like that, I would say like just sorry, but I would say like Vague. Literally. But it's vague. Oh my god. Oh, yes. Yeah, you just need to remember most of the pronunciations of the words. Because it's... Oh. Okay. You live 100 years, you learn 100 years, yeah? Tell me about your life on the station.
My stay on the station was wholly dedicated to preparing me for my future duty. Astromancy, astrography, numerology, the histories of my house and the Imperium, as well as other disciplines. For many years, dozens of instructors tirelessly prepared me for my destiny. And once a year, Great Regent Alronto would come to the station. He would entrust his beautiful vessel to my command, so that I could master the practical aspects of our art as well.
Oh, okay. Did you have friends, someone you could turn to for a simple conversation or discussion of yet another lecture?
The Regent gave me a bird from a sunlit planet
Oh
once.
my god.
I tried to befriend it and make it sing, but for some reason, it refused and died soon after. The instructors were too respectful of my duty to my house to waste precious time on idle chatter. Aside from them, there were only servants on the station. And you know they have their vocal cords removed, so they cannot break their vow of silence.
Oh my god, they were just raising her up just to act as navigator. And let's be honest, maybe just to breed her. That's it. Well, it's Imperium.
And since the subject has been breached, Lord Captain, why do you not follow this honored tradition? Your decks are so garish. Apologies, I meant noisy. The rabble don't just chatter. Sometimes they shout and even sing. Why do you allow such a lack of restraint? Rogue traders are highborn, are they not?
You have the point. It is about time we made the deck quieter. I don't think we need to make the deck quieter. Rolo cannot maim people just because it's in his power to do so. On the contrary, it is the duty of every ruler to look after his subjects. You might find it difficult to believe, but the practice of depriving servants of their voice is not particularly widespread outside the house of Celio. It fills the ship with life. I like the noise people make here. It fills the ship with life. Let's not talk about politics or her house specifically. This is more like political answer. This is more like offense to her house. She could see it like offense to her house. It fills the ship with life.
With life? Ugh, if only you could take my place and watch this kaleidoscope. Every voice is a flash of color. Every conversation a shimmering glow. Every argument is an unstoppable swirl of gaudy splotches.
Well, it is what it is. The life is always a kaleidoscope. So, yes or die, do you always conceal it?
The navigator's open eye is baneful to whoever the warp's ruinous shine falls upon, and therefore it is the symbol of our power. We are the guiding stars of humanity, found worthy of an uncommon gift, and one of the duties that we bear is to guard our eye, even from wayward glances that may bear evil. Besides, I am aware that Lesser servants of the Imperium may find our appearance repulsive. The Navigator gene twists the features the rabble are used to seeing, and the magnificence of our role cannot be grasped by their feeble minds.
You cannot blame the navigators and mutants, albeit hidebound mutants. You do not look repulsive, Cassia. Who cares for the opinion of the short-sighted rabble? They can serve us and die for us and keep their thoughts to themselves. You are beautiful, Cassia. Do not let anyone or anything convince you otherwise. We are romancing her, yeah? Isn't that too personal? No, I guess it's good timing.
Lord Captain, you are overstepping the bounds of propriety.
Yes, I am. And I beg your pardon. What does it feel like to guide the vessels through the warp?
It may be difficult to describe. You see, every navigator perceives the warp differently. My mentor, Great Regent Elronto, always described his travels through the Immaterium as a journey through a vast wood with countless paths. And I, assisting him in the first voyages, futilely tried to follow his example. But the wood would not reveal itself to me.
No.
But everything changed when I found my own key to this mystery. You see, I've always brightened up my rare moments of leisure time by painting. You may recall there was a workshop in my chambers. As soon as I imagined the warp as a blank canvas, an indescribable feeling came over me. I moved the brush, going deeper and deeper into my own painting. Visions were hidden within the vibrant colors of my palette, and something inside me knew which should be brought out and which should be left behind. I woke up several days later, after the voyage was safely complete.
Okay, that's interesting. I noted that your love of painting is reflected in your speech as well. You associate so many images with hues and colors.
The Emperor graced me with a gift. I can see inner life in addition to the mundane. You cannot know that a fruit has rotten from the inside until a blade slices it in two. I can see the rot from far away. It roils like swamp mud, oozing through the bright peel. Anger and boredom, sadness and joy. Everything that people shut away inside themselves is revealed to me like colors on the canvas of my world.
Why don't we talk about something else?
You will hear no objection from me, Lord Captain.
Tell me about House Ocello.
As the only voice of our family on this vessel, it is an honor. As long as your questions are courteous, I will answer every one of them.
Is Ocello prophecy system named after your ancestor?
You are shrewd indeed. My ancestor charted that route while fleeing the enemies of humanity. They say the Emperor himself was his guide, because the warp expelled their vessel without a single loss. Unfortunately, the lips of those who relate this tale seep with disgusting green hubris. I think Kalain Orselio was simply a skilled navigator.
Might be. I take it House Ocello has a rich history.
Oh, yes. The navigators of the house came to the Coronis Expanse fairly recently, a mere 208 years ago. Before that, our ancestors expanded the borders of humankind's dominion for the glory of the Emperor, blazing trails to different corners of the galaxy.
Who rules the house?
Just as a rogue trader stands at the head of a protectorate, a Novator heads a navigator house. It is the Novator who decides where to look for alliances and which path their bloodline is destined to tread. As for our house, the transfer of power to a successor is currently underway. In the meantime, Great Regent Auronto Orselio is ensuring the stability of the house.
You lived in seclusion on close station until Fella committed his sabotage, so then you must be the Novator's successor.
So, says Regent Auronto. Nothing is decided yet. Some people in the house become enshrouded in rolling grey clouds at the thought of me becoming the Novateur. But even more are bound with dull leaden chains. They think I am not ready for such a burden.
But they're preparing you for such a burden. And someone will take our navigator from us because she's about to become navigator. I don't want that. With your permission, I would like to talk about something else.
By all means.
What does your special sight reveal?
Sister Argenta shines like a guiding star, inspiring resolve in those around her, seemingly inexplicably. However, I see a dark and ugly fog billow behind her, contrasting sharply with her shining light. It burdens the Sister of Battle. It drags her down. Yet Argenta herself is hardly aware of it.
Everyone has some deep secrets.
Seneschal Viserion is among the few whose colors are a pleasure to look at. Whenever the Seneschal speaks, heavenly crystal clarity spreads around him. And whenever he is angered, dark blue clouds condense over him. And in his rare moments of joy, a pure gleam of sunset pink caresses the souls of those near him. Out of your entire retinue, Lord Captain, he is the only one I would trust with my life. Idira's emotions are like a maelstrom, bright, unbridled, enveloping her form like a wondrous kaleidoscope of colors. And as dangerous as a twisting warp storm. The riot of colors hides the truth from my eyes. What exactly is driving this woman? Is it her own will, or is it the Immaterium, Lord Captain?
Yeah, I can feel she's a little bit of this planet, if you can put it like that. Let's talk about us, shall we?
Right here? Are you sure?
Nothing to discuss.
I have enjoyed.
I hope that will help us a little bit. Enrich. How do you came to be service of the Van Valencia's dynasty? About Infernus Guild, that's basically firefighters, да? State of art. How the guild was organized. You can read all the stuff, guys, if you will put on pause. Or if you will ask me eventually to read all the stuff. I'm sorry for your loss, Enrich. Okay. Master Hellsman, Vox Master, we've already spoke. A Ballad. Yarnis will be the last one. Yarnis. No one else left. What about to another compartment? Witchip Shrine, Astropathic Chapel, Lord Captain's quarters. Hefty tome contains schematics, flagship house wall. Okay. Majestic portrait painted by skilled artists. Coat of Arms House of Von Valancius. I do like it. Look at that. That's interesting one. And I like the colors. What else do we have here? This is chassis. Glinted displayed weapons. Okay, what's that? Phone scopes are made of strange metal, seem to absorb any rays of light that falls upon me. Okay, this is the two gears of faithful of his words and okay. Bizarre fragment hound on trophy. Some good music over here. Oh, hello. We actually have some. Oh, hello. Blast wave 10-15. Range 2. And push three cells away. To hand it. Okay. Hellroom auto pistol. 4-6. 5 range. Auto pistol burst. Ballistic skill perception. Okay. And Wrath of Saintus Drossos. 8-12. Does not have an area attack. Increased damage from all sources against any hit targets by 15 until the end of the combat. Does not stack. Chain swords deal plus 25 critical damage. Most warriors prefer parry weapon skill. Ooh, that's one would be really good for Abelard. Link your account. I guess my account already linked, but yeah, okay, Lord's Captain data choice. Oh. Okay. Waltz. Oh, we can store some stuff in there. Okay. Do we need? Not really. At least for now we don't need. Oh, play. Okay. Some more goods. I'll take that. Correct data slate. The final transaction with the charters are complete. The ferry reckoning is now fully equipped. The object has been loaded aboard its containment, interact and place in the forebay to ensure maximum contact with the target. Container sent and received by the bridge. Target estimated time of arrival in the system. The ferry reckoning is screwed by servitor. Blah blah. Chances of the ship returning are minimal. Estimated time. That's something interesting. Okay. Change appearance. Nah, we're not changing. Unfinished letter. His charging is irrelevant. What gives mistake cost me too much. Years of work, tremendous resources, all wasted. He was failed at what he was supposed to be irreproachable at uncovering spies and this is one was a senior officer. I'm not about to discard him. Conrad has served me for too long for his removal to go painlessly for the protectorate. Besides, he is not fool. He could not have seriously expected to become the next in the Von Valencia's line when his skill and talent of Master Whispers are so valuable. Let his disinherence serve as a humiliating but instructive lesson from which he may yet learn. He didn't, yeah. Just imagine sleeping on this bed, waking up, and you see the space like that with this huge windows like right here. Oh my god. The space, the space, the space. Hmm? Hmm. Let's have a bath. That's a good bus stop. Oh my god. Oh, that's huge. The smooth water curses your senses and your grateful muscles. Welcome to the chancellor as a pleasant languor spreads through your body as you allow yourself the moment of quiet relaxation. Relax and close your eyes. Yeah. The tension slowly retreats as you bend yourself to complete stillness, joint by joint, muscle by muscle, pore by pore. Before long, you have surrendered the bastion of your body to the bliss of oblivion. Troubles, worries, losses, such things do not belong in the newly established dominion of tranquility. There are only the infinite waters of weightless in the which strips all of things superficial. The mind of Legrand Valance drifts in silent bliss. It is conscious mind. What fills this consciousness? Dogmatic. Thoughts of his monumental duty to the Emperor. Such duty can only be fulfilled through service and death, for such is the price of humanity's victory in the everlasting war. Iconoclast. Thoughts of those who keep him afloat in these waters. Who will drown, who will he manage to pull out to the surface? The precious moss of peace and what before that? We've already like trying to save all around us, so maybe Iconoclast. Definitely not heretic. What's about the prospect for powers? No. Oh, dogmatic for the Emperor. Oh, dogmatic +3. Sacrifice of yeah. Evolution. I wish to see someone from my lineage. I'm not sure about this one and about this one, so now let's see what we have behind the doors. Which of them you would like to summon, your lordship? Casa. I want her to paint my portrait. I have changed my mind. Enforcers, no. Finish. No, we're not doing this. This kind of stuff. Maybe later, maybe we will, no, it's too early to summon Cassia, so maybe later when we will proceed in romance, she will not be really upset with our actions like that. So yeah, let's go and let's go to the bridge. And let's talk to Yarnis, yeah? Yarnis. Pleasure to see you, Lord Captain. How may it be of your season? Yeah. Inform me about problem with the servitors. What happened? You see, your lordship, the ship servitors have been malfunctioning of late. Sorry, need to check the time. Yeah, I need to complete the episode. They violate protocols, interrupt their tasks, observe crew members for long periods of time, and move theoretically with no meaning on purpose. Had it been routine technical fault, or I would have decided the fate of the servitors myself, but I deemed it necessary to notify you. I do not wish to hide such irregularity from the Lord Captain. That's right. If you wish to observe the servitors' unusual behavior before you decide the fate, that can be arranged. The majority of the defective units have been delivered to one of the shortage compartments pending your decision. Before deciding the fate, I shall take a look at the service, but not right away. Just dispose of the defective equipment without me. I wish to look, as you wish. Oh, whoa, what's that? When his lordship arrived at the scene, he found the servitors in the same position as they assumed after they have been correlated into the bay, all standing in long spiraling line and facing the center of the strange formation. The moment his lordship crossed the threshold of the bay gate, their bodies jerked into motion all at once, as if it obeyed command. The servitors turned face to Captain. The technomats tasked with overseeing the defective units even reached for their weapon, but then the servitors went still just abruptly, staring at his lordship with vacant eyes. All present held their breath, disturbed by the sight. We waited for the Lord Captain to speak. His Lordship von Valancius. Oh, that's interesting. This is how we choose. Took several steps forward to the seven. Demanded report on the defective unit status from the technomats. Ordered that one of the servitors be disassembled and its component investigated. Turned to me, announced his decision. Demand the report. The technomats long-winded and detailed report could have been summaries of single key point. Despite the servitors' abnormal behaviors, they were still quite capable of carrying out tasks, and therefore the circumstances did not call for the termination. All the present held their breath, disputed by the sight. We waited Lord Captain to speak. The Lordship von Valancius took over several steps towards the servitor. Immediately the servitors, each and every one of them, stepped towards the Lord Captain in perfect unison. They mimicked his movement with frightened precision. The rogue trader held in place and after a moment's thought waved his hand, and the servitors just synchronously repeated the gesture as well. When the Lord Captain turned quizzically the technomats so did the servitors, as if mocking him. Whatever the Lord Captain did, be it an incline of the head, a wave of hand or step to the side, the defective units repeated it without moment's delay or hesitation, like grotesque marionettes controlled by an unseen puppets. We observe this mime unfold in distress, bafflement for nearly a minute until servitors finally came to a stop. Not sensing any threat from them, Rogue Trader approached with confidence. The Lord Captain examined the servitors. The High Factorium, it was I who had promoted that entire inspection, and thus it was my duty to follow the Lord Captain. As we stepped closer, we noticed a fascinating irregularities. The servitors' pulpits, normally still, were shaking wildly. The bulging veins were pulsating under the copper collars inscribed with their past offenses. It was as if those mindless half-machines were locked in perpetual state of extreme tension. A visibly shaken technomat behind us proposed that human soul had awakened within the servitors' bodies after so long slumber deep within the lobotomic brains. Formerly birth of the intelligence, they are attained awareness, feeling, and understanding. After a pause, Technomat added that servitors used to function properly and that one had been able to explain the change in their behavior. His gaze still trained on the motionless but animate half machine and half people. The Lord Captain stepped away from the servitor. We've already examined, yeah? Yeah. Okay, let's disassemble one. A group of technomants hurried to act upon the Lord Captain's command. The servitor mechanical parts separated with clicks, snaps, and hisses. He sorters between the wrinkled plate flesh and arguments were laid disgustingly bare. We watched the technomats do their work and could see every centimeter of the servitor's stiff muscle abounding with valves and cavities, beside by countless cords and tubes. The disassembly and analysis completed. Technomats concurred. The unit was in working order. Nothing in the dispected body that lay before us could provide any insight into the reason behind the defect. It should make note of one more thing. That moment all of us present discovered that not just the eyes but the hands and heads of some of the servitors were now shaking too. It was as if the mechanized servants were overcome with some primordial terror. Announce the decision. Send the servitors back to toil as they had toiled before, so they had not yet paid their dues for the crimes of the past lives and truths. Okay, to destroy the servitors. To destroy the servitors, what was happening to them could spell horrific heresy. Actually alarming. I don't know. Iconoclast. To dispose the servitors so that the human souls may be released from torment. Oh yeah, well actually. Yeah, okay, Iconoclast. Okay, this was really interesting. Okay guys, thank you very much for watching and I'll see you really soon. Bye bye.